This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through your 2018 Jayco Precept motorhome. Okay, I'm on the door side of the trailer, working towards the rear. And as you can see, you have a on-demand water heater right here. You have controls outside and inside. Power on and off and power on. The second power on is a power saver mode. So keep that in mind. There's two modes for it. Okay. Here in the next compartment you have your low point drain, which is right here. Lowest point of the plumbing. Okay, the next one is storage, as you can see. The next one is LP fill station, of course, and your two house batteries and some hydraulics, all in this compartment here. Okay, back up so you can see everything. Okay, of course, right above it is a small entertainment area. You've got a TV with remote, and you got a radio, and some power stereo speakers. Okay. So the next compartment is storage. And the next one is just a smaller storage. Plenty of storage underneath. Okay, you have a power awning on the a power awning on the door side slide out, a power awning right here above the door, a door awning. Okay. You have slide toppers on the slide outs to keep your stuff off of it, acorns and twigs and pine cones or whatever else you have. Okay, next compartment again is storage and more storage. This one passes all the way through to the other side. And more storage. Okay. Okay, so we'll walk around to the rear. Now when it comes to the engine and drivetrain, our guy will talk to you about that when you're here. I'm just going to give you the basic features of it, okay? So like I said, all the slide outs, you have two of them on this side. They have slide toppers on them. Very nice. This is your power here. It's got an automatic transfer over, so you don't have to switch anything when you go from generator to AC power. You have dump valves here, okay, gray obviously with sink and shower water, and then your black valve, which is toilet water and waste, of course. Alright, this is your water station here. So you have a spray hose here that obviously attaches to here, quick connect. You have valves for the lines, right? You have a water filter canister to put a water filter in, if you choose. Okay, so you have your city water hookup right here. So you're just going to hook your hose up right here, and it's ready to go. Now, if you look, these valves here all have different diagrams for depending on what you want to, how you want to do it. So most of the time you're going to have city water, so you would have it in this configuration here, which is right here would be that configuration, right? So to winterize, you have it. Dry camping, if you want to come from the water tank, to fill the water tank below that, so you have all these options, okay? This is a Santa flush for your black tank, and basically you leave your black tank valve open like it states on this sticker here, and then you would turn the water on at the dump station, and it'll spray the inside of the black tank, clean out the sensors good, and that sort of thing, okay? Alright, and then of course you have a macerator pump, which is right here, I believe, yes? No, where is it? Up here. Yes, right here. So you have a macerator, okay? Of course, this is your fuel fill here, and black and gray holding tank dumps here. Right. Okay. Trying to see if I left anything out here. I'm just looking at it again. You can also operate your water pump from out here. You got cable and satellite through. Okay. All right. So moving forward, we have storage, of course. This is your generator. You can operate it from inside, but if you were to pop this panel off, you can operate it from out here also. We'll stick with the inside controls. And more storage. Now you want to inspect the roof and the seals of this every 90 days or so. So keep that in mind. You're going to go look at every place you see caulk from the factory, that sort of thing. You can get up on the roof and do the same thing, or have somebody do it for you. But you always have to inspect the seals on your motorhome. It's very important, okay? All right, so we'll briefly go over the controls inside. We have our people in here working, but we'll work around them. All right. So, right when you first come in, this is the house to turn on your house power here. All right. These are those two awnings I told you about. The one over the slide out and one over the door, so they're both power. Never leave them out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, roll them in. Otherwise, they can get damaged very quickly. All right. Just while we're looking this way, that's the televator to lift your TV, which is in there, of course. You can configure this down. You can jackknife this sofa, I believe, flat. Yes, so there's another place to sleep. Okay, and then you have your controls. The chassis controls we'll go over. One of our guys will go over with you. But an important thing up here is your leveling system. For the leveling system to operate, you have to have the emergency brake on and your power turned on. Either it's started or the key turned all the way forward to automatically level it. Okay, that's just so you can't drive away with your jacks up or send the jacks down while you're driving. It's just a safety device, of course. And then, of course, this is a bunk here. And to operate it here, you have a key just to be safe, so it doesn't come down while you're driving, obviously. That's important. Now, this also has a, let me see what else we have here. You have GPS on this, it looks like, and streaming, USB, the whole thing, Bluetooth, so it looks like you got a complete system there. It looks pretty good. Okay, so your refrigerator is, let me see what we've got here. Okay. So this is a gas absorption refrigerator. It'll run on AC power. It'll run on LP gas. So you're going to run it on AU, which is automatic. The reason you would want on automatic is because you want to have it so it'll automatically seek out AC power and use it. But if you were to have a power failure for some reason, it'll automatically switch over for you. So keep in mind that's where you would want to set it. Excellent. Cool. All right, let's go back to the controls here. See if I can find a light switch here. So obviously your thermostat is very basic. You just hit the mode button to light it up, and then you cycle through the different options. Try to always run things on auto if you can. So we would go back to high auto for air conditioner right there and leave it. All right. Generator, to start it up, you're going to prime it by pushing it this way and holding it till the start switch comes on, then you can start it. It gives you your hour readout here, of course. You can set it to auto start. You can check right below it your gas is totally filled, your battery is charged, fresh water has a third in it, we're water testing it. Black and gray are both empty. They graduate up in 1/3 increments as they fill, of course. Your slide out switches here, right, in and out. You got holding tank heaters, right? You can start your water heater from here. You got a water pump and a power inverter. So the power inverter inverts power from 12 volt DC over to 110 AC, so that's inverting power. You can do that. Also, you can convert. So this in here, let me look and see if I can find it. This looks like it might be down here. Yes. So this device down here is a power converter. That does just the opposite. It converts 110 AC down to 12 volt DC. So this motorhome both inverts and converts. Okay. While I'm back here, let me show you where I'm at here. So this one has a bed lift here, raise and lower it. Let me show you here what we got here. Here it is right here, of course. Here is a bed right here, of course. The top one is right up here, so you can turn it into 2 bunks with that switch I just showed you. Pretty typical of motorhomes. Another zone for your thermostat for here. This would be zone 2, I suppose. Okay. Alright, so you have a second air conditioner here, as I stated. Now the toilets, you have 2 bathrooms, obviously. That's why you have the 2 black tanks out there. The thing to know about RV toilets, if you don't know, is you can't run them dry or without chemical for that reason. So one thing you always want to do, you want to always make sure there's chemical in it and make sure that there's water in it. So when you first hook up the power and the water and all that, you're at the campsite, you're going to put your chemical right in the bowl. You step on the flush lever here. Water comes swirling out, so you'll wash the chemical right into the tank. Your black tank's directly below. And then you will put about 1 gallon or so of water in the tank. 2 gallons tops, just somewhere between 1 gallon and 2. You don't have to be exact. There's no way you can tell exactly what that is, but the bottom line is you got to have chemical and some water in the tank, or else it has a really foul odor, obviously, and you can have issues with it clogging up. So you have to have, you never use a dryer without chemical. You always want to have water and chemical in both toilet black tanks. Okay, and there's another level. You got tank heaters back here, and you can see your levels here also for this tank back here, for this great black tank back here, I mean. Okay. Always run your fan with the shower. Okay. All right, so let's move forward a little bit. Of course, you know you have TV back here and TV up front, that sort of thing. Your other bathroom is right here. The same thing applies to what I told you in the back there. You want to have chemical and water in your toilet before you use it. Okay. Getting back to the kitchen, you have a cooktop that slides out. You slide it out basically, and you keep in mind that you can spark it here to light it. You just have the knobs, and then you spark this clockwise to light it. It doesn't actually pull out. If I'd yanked on any harder, I'd have probably broke it. Shows you what I know. The tops come off of it, and you light it that way. You just turn the sparker clockwise. Okay. Don't take my advice about pulling it out. Okay. So your microwave is pretty typical. It is a convection microwave, so you also have a light and a exhaust fan on it, 2 speeds, which is a good thing to have. All right, you got a power vent here, and bet you there's a remote controller around here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it, or maybe it's just operated. Oh no, this one actually, it doesn't. This one just has the 3-speed selector on it. This is a fantastic fan. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we have. I don't want to forget anything, but so I'll look at the trailer or the motorhome as I walk through here. Okay. I think that about covers it. So when it comes to issues with your chassis, with the controls, most of them are typical of any truck or even car in many sense, but we'll go over it in more detail. One of our guys will talk to you about it and answer any questions you have. Obviously there's a table that goes right here for when you're traveling. Right now it's sitting over here. You have a vacuum system, it looks like, because I see attachments. You have some kind of vacuum anyway. Alright, so, okay, I think that about covers it. So, thanks for purchasing your trailer here, or your motorhome here, I'm sorry, at National RV Detroit. Make sure to check your seals regularly to make sure it's sealed good and tight. And if you're going to be out in the sub-zero weather or the sub-32 weather, make sure you winterize the trailer so the plumbing doesn't freeze, okay? Thank you very much.